Joanne. Welcome to this month's J&J Photo Art Marketing Cafe. I am Joanne Henig, founder and CEO of Photo Art Pavilion. I also have on the Zoom call with me my business partner, Jessica Lempin, who is going to jump in just a little while once we get things moving forward. So today's topic, or this month's topic, is how to create reels that engage. And we're going to go over this a little bit slowly with a little bit of detail in between. I also ask you to take some notes, and I am going to ask at some point during this presentation for you to perhaps bring forward an idea of your own that you may want to discuss about doing a reel of your own. So put that on the side, and we'll get to that if you so choose. So let's move forward. So today what we're going to do is we're going to cover why reels matter. We're going to give some content ideas, how to edit your reels in a very simple fashion, some engagement strategies, provide real life examples, and do a little brainstorming. And that's the part where we're going to ask you to, if you can, to come up with an idea that might be a good idea for a reel for someone in the art photography field, as we are. So once again, this is the J&J's Photo Art Marketing Cafe. We do these once a month to help you, the artist, keep your passion moving forward and to keep your creativity moving forward and to give you practical marketing tips for your art photography. We want to see you succeed in this art space, and we're also here to try and help one another to succeed in this art space. So that's why we do a very robust Q&A at the end of these presentations to help exchange ideas and bring and pull each other forward. So let's get moving on this. So why do reels matter? Simply put, social media platforms love short form video content. The algorithms push reels to a wider audience, and that helps you gain additional exposure for your art. But let's break this down just a little bit further. Think of social media as a giant conversation. Static images are like whispers, while reels are like a voice on a microphone, louder and more dynamic. And they have a further reach ability. So because of the way the algorithms works, reels are prioritized over other types of content, meaning that they have a greater chance of being seen even by people who don't follow you yet. So this gives you an opportunity to expand your reach, attract new followers, and even convert viewers into buyers. Beyond visibility, reels allow you to bring your audience into the world. Instead of just seeing a final image, they get to witness your creative process, perhaps, understand your inspiration, and connect with you on a personal level. This emotional connection builds loyalty and keeps people coming back for more. In today's digital landscape, engagement is key, and reels are one of the best tools that are available to create that meaningful interaction. Another critical factor, audience behavior is shifting, particularly among younger users who spend more time consuming video content. Just think of TikTok, right? So this video content, it helps stop that scrolling. They tend to scroll past, users tend to scroll past the static posts, but the video content, they tend to pause. So if you want to stay ahead and remain relevant in this ever evolving space, reels are essential in your tool bucket. Okay, so by using them effectively, you're not just sharing art, you're cultivating a thriving and engaging community around your work. So let's talk about a few content ideas. One of the biggest challenges photographers face when making the reels is figuring out what to post. And this is where I want you to think as we move through this presentation of what type of a post could you be putting together for yourself and your business and your art. So what's the good news? There are many ways to create reels and to showcase your artwork, but how do you decide which is the best for your audience? Behind the scenes content is always a hit. It gives people an insider's look at your creative process, from setting up a shot to selecting the perfect lighting. Audiences love seeing the work, meaning your work, behind the final masterpiece, as it makes your art feel more personable and more personal, and more accessible. Before and after transformations are also very powerful. These types of reels showcase the impact of editing, composition, and vision. This helps your audience appreciate the artistry behind your work. Showing a raw, unedited shot along the final image adds a wow factor and educates your viewers on that creative decision. And what separates you from somebody who's just walking around and, they've taken images with their iPhones and their cell phones here, there, and everywhere. And they all think they're artists. But here we, as art photographers, can show the creative process behind our work. And I think that that's how we separate ourselves in the field of art photography. Storytelling is another fantastic approach. Rather than just posting an image, use reels to share the story behind it. What inspired you? What emotions do you feel that the image has captured or that it is trying to convey? And how was the moment made special? Viewers engage deeply with personal narratives, so don't be afraid to let them see your passion. Don't be afraid to let them see that passion shine through. And of course, trending audio. Social media platforms prioritize reels that use popular sounds. A lot of people will create those reels and not put the sound behind them. It's important to have some kind of an audio to go with the video. So pairing your visuals with trending tracks can expand your reach dramatically. And this doesn't mean sacrificing your artistic integrity in doing so, but choose music that complements your style and enhances your story. And the key takeaway here is experimentation. Obviously, a lot of you are tuning into this because maybe you've never done a reel before. So here we're all experimenters, right? So we're going to test the different types of content. We're going to see what resonates with most of our audiences, and we're going to refine this approach accordingly. Because the more we engage with our viewers, the more insight we're going to gain into what they love, and that's going to help us craft better reels moving forward in the process. So now let's talk about editing. And again, this is, I think, probably where a lot of people will run into a problem with their wanting to do reels. So they get a little bit of afraid of like, okay, so I made this video, like, how do I fix this? How do I edit this? How do I make this really special and dynamic? And I'm sure, looking at other people's reels on social media and saying, oh my gosh, I can't do that. But let's talk about editing. You don't need to be a video editing pro, in order to make a great reel. There are so many user-friendly tools out there. Apps like InShot, Canva, and CapCut make it easy to trim clips and add music and insert text and overlays. But if you really want to keep things simple, there are plenty of tools that are built right into Instagram. Plenty of tools. And Instagram, you can simply just upload something from your phone and create a reel, add music, add captions, and just go beyond in a quick second. So beyond these tools, what really makes these reels stand out? Obviously, good lighting on your shots or good lighting on your video is important. And consider to use a ring lighting if you're doing something, if you're recording something like I'm recording right now to present this presentation to you. I have a ring light just to give a little bit more even lighting on my face. It's important to have good lighting when you're doing any kind of video for social media. It makes your visuals pop and it keeps your content looking rather professional. Secondly, pacing matters. Reels should be short and engaging. Aim for anywhere between 10-15 seconds or 15 to 30 seconds, depending on what's included in that reel. And if your reel feels slow, you could speed up the clips, or you can use jump cuts to keep the energy high. A snappy and well-paced timing of your reels is very important. And having this kind of flow through also helps the algorithm that the social media is using to push more people to that reel. If a reel is sluggish and not engaging, believe it or not, these algorithms pick up on it. AI is super, super powerful. So we want to make sure we've got something that's moving along and captures people's attention. Because remember, they may not comment, but if they're scrolling through social media and they stop and they pause and they're watching, that the social media algorithms see that as well. So keep that in mind. So here's another idea as well. captions are a must when it comes to having your reels. Around 85% of the people that watch the videos are watching without sound on. So adding text, I'm sorry, to your helps get your message across. Having text or having some kind of words or descriptions going across the video really does help a lot. It could be a brief summary or a word for word of your captions. These simple items help boost the accessibility and the engagement of your reels. So here's something to think about. Again, wanting to keep it simple when it comes to editing. Instagram has an auto captions feature. So if you open Instagram and you create a new reel, after recording or uploading that reel, you tap on that stickers icon at the top of the screen and select captions. And Instagram will automatically generate the subtitles across that reel. So don't forget that that is available to you. And there are a lot of other, like in Canva and InShot and CapCut, they also have these ability to add text and text overlays to the video. Because remember, everybody's scrolling. So if they stop at your video and they happen to have that audio off, which most people do, 85% of the people do, at least give them a little bit of content to read while they're watching that video. And then perhaps they may come back to it, bookmark it, share it, whatever, or stop it for a second and turn that audio on and listen to what it is that you have to say. So these little touches, like the animated stickers and the transitions and the overlays, they really make your content dynamic and much more visually appealing. So the goal is to make your reels feel polished but not feel overproduced. And that authenticity will definitely shine through. So that's really what we're looking for. And these editing tools that I had there on the screen, very simple. Canva is a great one. Canva is phenomenal. So if you're not using Canva, I think you should probably take a look at that as well. So that's about engagement strategy. So creating a reel is just really the first step. Getting people to engage with it is where the real magic happens. The first few seconds of your video are crucial. Use eye-catching text, as we just talked about, some text or visuals to grab the attention immediately. Social media users scroll very quickly, so you need to hook them right away. Try starting with either a bold statement or an intriguing question or a visually striking moment to stop that scroll. Remember, we want to get them to stop at that video. Something grabbed their eye, and now we want them to stop there, stay there, and hang out a little while. So hashtags are also essential. Choose a mix of popular and niche hashtags to increase your reach. Popular hashtags get high visibility, while niche tags help you connect with a more targeted audience and maybe finding that audience that you've been looking for all along. Perhaps your hashtag might be interior designers or hashtag home decor. Think outside the box a little bit about what it is that's in your video and what the audience, who's the audience that you're looking to attract. Music as well can play a big role. Trending sounds help your reel get discovered by more people. Obviously, Instagram and TikTok both push videos that use popular audio. So keep an eye on trends and see how you can incorporate them into the content while you're staying true to your brand. Not asking you to go out and throw down some really dynamic jazz music on your art if you're not interested in that yourself. Be authentic once again. And what is it that excites you? Look at your video. What's the type of music that would flow and kind of bring that feeling together? Remember, you're creating a little short movie here, right? So think about the music that would marry into the visual that you're presenting on that screen. And don't forget a strong call to action within this video. Ask your audience to comment. All right, a lot of us don't do that. We just plop something up on social media and, oh, here's my stuff, and you expect everybody to just love it, right? Well, if they do love it or they don't love it or whatever their engagement is with you, ask for their comment, right? Ask them to share or to answer a question. Something as simple as, which version do you prefer, color or black and white, can spark a conversation that boosts engagement. The more people interact with your reel, the more the algorithms will push it to a wider audience. So encourage that engagement naturally by making your content interactive and relatable. Alrighty, so successful reels have one thing and one thing only in common: authenticity. Talked about this a little bit earlier in my commentary. One photographer that I know, these are 3 case studies that I've seen and have had conversations with these photographers. But the first photographer shared a time-lapse setting of a dramatic landscape shot, and it went viral because people love seeing the behind-the-scenes effort. Another photographer paired a trending song with a step-by-step editing process, attracting hundreds of views. And another wildlife photographer captured a candid, unexpected moment, and the sheer authenticity of the shot sparked the massive engagement. So taking these 3 case studies, you can also take these case studies and package them up and create something for yourself out of what these other photographers have done that have created really great engagement for them. But again, make sure you're keeping it authentic, because these examples show that storytelling and reliability and spontaneity are key to creating these engaging reels. Whether you're showcasing your process, leveraging your trends, or capturing an organic moment, the best reels feel genuine and they feel compelling. So this is the part of the presentation where I'm asking you to brainstorm with me. So if there's anyone out there that has an idea that I would love to hear from you. So an idea for reel that maybe you've been considering. If you are unsure, think about your workflow, what part of your process could make for an interesting video. So feel free to share any of your ideas with me, and I'm happy to give you some feedback. And if there's anybody, Jessica, I know you're monitoring the room. If anybody's with a hand up and wants to share, please let them chat. All right, if not, no problem, because my goal for you today is to leave here with at least one solid working idea that you can get started with creating a reel of your own. So I'm going to give you 3. I'm going to give you 3 reel ideas that you're going to be able to utilize into the next month and the months going forward. And you'll be able to repackage these and set these up along the way. So here we go. Number 1, the 10-second challenge. I want you to create a reel where you showcase your best shot in just 10 seconds. Then I want you to ask your audience to describe how it makes them feel in 1 word. Think about that. This encourages quick engagement and an emotional connection to your art. So the caption is "Art in a blink. In just 10 seconds, here's one of my favorite fine art photographs. How does it make you feel?" Drop a 1-word comment in the comments below. And then you're going to use hashtags: fine art photography, 1-word challenge, visual storytelling, etc. And we're going to use some upbeat instrumental music. All right, so that's number 1. That's reel idea number 1. Jot it down, make it yours. Number 2, micro art tour. Film a close-up, slow-motion pan across a single piece of your work, revealing details and textures that might go unnoticed in a still image. Add a voiceover or captions explaining what makes this special. So here's the caption: "Look closer. The details of this piece tells its own story. What do you see? Art details, photography lovers, creative perspective, etc." And maybe some soft music underneath. So that's idea number 2. And last but not least, reel idea number 3. Remember, any of these, make them your own. Make those reels. Get going. Reverse process reveal. Start with your final image and then rewind through your process from location scouting, composition, framing, raw shot, and editing tweaks to show the full transformation in reverse. It's a mesmerizing way to showcase your artistry. Caption: from concept to masterpiece. Watch this image come to life in reverse. Would you have guessed the final shot started like this? And then behind the scenes, artistic journey, before and after, and then some kind of dramatic or mysterious music might be fun to capture them. So 3 ideas. Number 1, 10-second challenge idea, caption "Art in a blink." Number 2, take a closer look, the micro art tour. And number 3, the reverse process reveal, from concept to masterpiece. So those are my ideas for how to get you moving forward with Reels. I want to thank you for being with us today. Obviously, I ran through a lot in a short period of time, and I'm definitely going to bring Jessica in at this moment to join this conversation to help us, discuss the Reels a little bit further. I'm hoping that there's some cute questions and answers out there, because we are going to then move on to the Q&A. So Jessica, if you're with us, why don't you do me a favor and jump in on the call and say a few words.
Thank you so much. That was such great information. And honestly, people connect with people. So don't be afraid to get in the videos yourself. That is huge. Make that face-to-face connection with your audience. People are gravitating to you for a reason, right? They want to see you, they want to hear you, they want to be involved in your art. And the best way to do that is to show yourself. We like to be behind the lens, but getting in front, I promise you, will definitely get more reaction.
Good. Bye, everyone. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.